the replacement for this contraption is available now. In fact, we have a draft, the Constitution has been amended during the conference by incorporating the decisions of that conference. So if we have the will to break through from this contraption, all we need to do is to present this amended Constitution as a working document, which can be examined, amended, passed, and we have a new Constitution and a new Nigeria. Until and unless that happens, Your Royal Majesty, I don't believe we are going to move very far. Corruption has been institutionalized. It is part of the system. And no development can take place as long as that goes on. And restructuring will break the back of corruption because, as it is now, Nigeria has no lovers. Everybody looks at Nigeria as a beautiful lady. You rape her and abandon her.
Well, Mr. Isaac Anumudu, a legal practitioner, joins us now on Sunrise Daily to share his thoughts on the calls for restructuring. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you, Mop. Thank you for having me.
Well, there have been talks that, this restructuring, a part of it is political. There are people who perhaps lost out in the last political dispensation and think that restructuring is one way to get back at this administration. Do you share their views?
Yes, I just listened to my senior brother, Mr. Kechuku, on that issue. And with all due respect to him, he's a prominent politician, I beg to disagree. The issue of restructuring, in my humble view, has become a national emergency. My only concern is that with virtually everyone agreeing now that there is urgent need for restructuring, with people like former President Ibrahim Babangida, who resisted restructuring calls, to now own up to it, with people like Jerry Ghana from the Middle Belt, even some Northerners, Southwest have of course have been the ones clamoring for it for a long time. So it's not a current thing. It came even before this present political dispensation. It was there even during the military era. So for anybody to say it's political is, with all due respect, most misconceived. And that brings me to the point of saying that we must be careful when we're dealing with sensitive, critical, important national issues like this. The tendency of people shifting positions when their position changes in political circles must stop. I'll give you a quote from Nasser El-Rufai. This was the same El-Rufai who in recent times came to your studio here to say that restructuring is a political call. But in August 2010, here is what El-Rufai had to say. He said, it's time to restructure Nigeria. The present situation of things, where all component units get monthly allocation from the federal government, only to, from the federal government, has only made the states lazy and unproductive. That was Nasser El-Rufai saying this in August 2010 when he was not in the APC government.
No, but just a moment, Mr. Anumudu, not holding brief for Governor El-Rufai, but he did say on that same program, if you watch the entirety of the program, that yes, indeed, the calls for restructuring are justified, but that their party, because nobody agrees on what restructuring means, their party have carefully chosen the words devolution of powers.
No, restructuring is in the APC manifesto clear. Go and read it. I've read it. It's there clear. The word restructure was used. So these semantics, we should avoid it when we're dealing with. Look, there are threats from Southeasterners to secede. There are threats from Northern youth to talk about quit notice. There are threats from the militants in Niger Delta that by October 1, all Northerners must leave Niger Delta, oil blocks must be returned, all of that. These are drum beats of war. These are problems coming. How come we're playing politics with it? These are sensitive national issues. All we need to do is find out why these things are happening and address them quickly. October 1st is just a few months away from now. Why are we sitting on a keg of gunpowder and waiting for it to explode before we take action? So they are aware that restructuring is critical. You have my learned friend, Ebuna Degoruwa, come here and tell you how his local people in Ogun State or Ondo State are suffering because of this issue of our ill-structured nation, where because of landmass, they produce massive oil, their environment is degraded, but yet they can't get much because the sharing of natural resources is based on population, landmass. They have the oil from where much of the money is coming from, but they don't have the population, they don't have the landmass, and they are being otherwise cheated. In that kind of situation, you can't get unity, you can't get peace without justice. So what this call for restructuring is saying is, let the nation be restructured in a manner that provides for justice, so that all sections of the country feel a just situation. For instance, even if you say you don't understand what restructuring is, most of the people calling for restructuring have told you what it means. Have a linear center, devolve power, even the devolution of power. Let's even assume that what APC meant was devolution of power. What is stopping APC from doing that? They have majority in the National Assembly. APC is running the federal government. It's a very simple thing. Devolving power is just a matter of passing a bill to the National Assembly to amend the constitution along those lines. The National Assembly themselves have